Hello, everyone. This is our presentation on violence in families. Domestic violence often takes different forms. Physical abuse is often the most obvious form of abuse because it's the most visible. While emotional abuse can be difficult to detect, it's not always accompanies other types of abuse and generally has longer lasting effects and is more difficult to recover from. Neglect is often considered deprivation of necessities, whether it be internal or not. Sexual abuse is another abuse that people often go through as a child. Acts of sexual gratification for monetary gain, whether it be of a pornographic nature or prostitution. Domestic violence is a worldwide issue. You will see it in Canada, where about 6.1% of women were physically abused. In the Middle East, where about 90% of women justify wife beating in at least one instant. Then in Korea, where we see about 29.5% of women had experienced violence at the hand of their husband, although violence against children is most common there, resulting in disability and death. There's also Iran, where 38.5% of children 11 through 18-year-old received physical injuries from abuse. 1 in 3 women worldwide will experience abuse. Even pregnancy does not stay off abuse. For those who are already victims of domestic violence, frequency and severity of abuse often increase during pregnancy. For those who experience first-time abuse during pregnancy, most of the time it's likely to continue and increase after their child is born. While 33% of women are victims of abuse during pregnancy, violence is not always directed at women. 40% of men are abused by their partner while they are expecting. The expectation is that men are the abusers, but as you saw in the video, that isn't always true. The rates for man to women and women to men abuse are about the same. Women are more likely to be injured during an altercation when they use against their partner violence as a way of self-defense. These experiences often lead to battered women syndrome. Abusers take the form of either intimate terrorism, which is common and intense, or situational violence, which is occasional. It is important to remember that infrequent does not mean mild, though, and situation violence is likely to increase in frequency over time. In either situation, the victim should leave, but many people don't. As you saw in the video, many women stayed in their abusive relationships. Other reasons why they stayed was because there was a lack of resources needed to survive or provide for children, the wants to maintain a family unit for their children, the belief that someday he can and will change. Some people just view that relationship as a committed and don't want to leave their spouse, and others view that it is their own fault.